Sleeping was I, when a vision with a dreamy air left me suspended in comfort for what is to come during the storm in my skull, which condemns my soul to a selective empty vision of what's to never to be, or be again.
Jesus.
What?
You don't breathe at all.
A tunnel of light that led thy lonely lover to a monastic moment of peace from the screaming and shrieking of the past hauntings divided. This winter without you has torn me to pieces. I may no longer put my lips to a cup of coffee, for the aroma of the Arabica beans don't make me feel close to caffeine, but to the comfortable prison of our own home together. The one left destroyed by the monster inside. Not inside the house, though. She shall never fear again, for he hasn't his fangs nor his claws to attack with any longer. I lay standing in the ashes of my reassuring youth, naked feet, aching, staring, catching, and capturing a glimpse of what is to have been and what never was. The end.
You're much better at poetry than I am.
I'll read this drug-induced rant.
You do it, Hunter S. Thompson.
The mysterious lack of capability.
Go for it. Go, get into it. Do it. Go ahead. Put the arms in it.
You say you want it, but you show me that you don't.
Use your arms, man. I can tell you're dying to use your arms.
Child. And when you were a child, you were the princess, but you've grown taller, and your hair has grown longer, but you're still a child. The mother slaps and screams, crying in one corner of the house as everything gets washed away and wasted away. Howling and crying in an effort to sway her daughter without using reason or logic, the mother, she stops and listens for the first time in her life, and everything changes. Tambourines off at seas, and the remarks you made had a thing to do with that day, I promise you. I saw you in a distant world, and you clutched me and held my hand, and then you faded away. She stood there silent, headphones in, and digging a song that she sang, and no one knew where she was, nobody was wondering. Rarities and delicacies, prophecies dancing around a fire, the king of arches sadly plucking along to a happy tune that everyone sings. I rocked and rolled and sailed through a calm sea, but you had no manners, and the jewels in your eyes still reminded me of that night in October. I was chained, and you tried with all your expression to free me, but when I was free, you abandoned me. An old and empty flask leans against the window now. The boy throws up all his sorrow and leaves it on the bookshelf for tomorrow. He floats on clouds that don't mind carrying him, but what will he do when the clouds breathe their last breath? Prodigies never tested prodigy. Why would they? A dog bites the hand that feeds him, trust and tranquility blow out the door when the maid, regretful and weary, opens the mirror to let out all the smoke. Who has any idea what goes on beyond their own thoughts? Who is what to say what is real and what is a vast conclusion, whether accurate or not? The letters written to me I hadn't seen until it was too late. I lived and settled, and the stories that you told ensured everyone that the new girl was full of fables and fairy tales. But you're no martyr, you hide in plain sight with your tail between your legs. Let the hauntings and cravings of all terrible men swoop downwards, spinning and weaving into a tornado of lightning to strike Saturn and rid our home, the rock we remain stranded on, of the evil doings of men. Peace and tranquility, the governments topple with a bloodless revolution. Flowers, music, expression, wake up. You have to give up this burning and twisting of all this earth, flame and wind. Each one is beautiful on their own, but not together. The tragedy of those deaths of the 61 young children turned into a statistic the moment it was written into a textbook. And why are those so expensive anyway? It's because we need them. I don't want to give any more for you. You punish me when I attempt to show my face. I have to pay for a whole tuition, and then you make me pay for a parking spot.
Is this when you were at Nova?
No, this was 2 nights ago.
Or, no, but like, was that about the time that you went to Nova for like 2 days?
I haven't a minute for waiting. I need something now. Coffee, cigarettes, marijuana. It's all a sick joke or a distraction, man. Fairies and light bulbs dancing in the sky, the columns and chandeliers decorated for the holiday. And then, in parentheses here, we have salvation, sanity, respect, remorse, tin can, army of patrons, epiphany, gas station, telephone booths, roundabouts, and bridges. Car keys handcuffed to an elf, decisions that disrupt a vision, packing the persuaded precision of the officers down in the alley. The prostitute sits in the car, funeral parlors and ambulances surround her.
That's cheerful, man.
Should I go on?
Yeah, keep going. How long is it? 11 pages?
All of it is.
Oh, God.
It was on the 29th evening of November. He sat in Sheridan Square. He was drifting down a silent speedway, but he never showed much that he cared.